Okay, so we looked at the quarterly chart and we're targeting 95.42 as the next candle. So call it 95.45. So 95, where is that coming? 95.45 as the bottom of the 95.45, which is what comes just under this low here. So short term, I'm gonna be targeting this low here, this spike down here. So let's go back to the daily chart. This is going to be the next target. So the low here is 95.87. So we're just going for, you know, we rather target before it even reaches a certain level. So, you know, that's how I like to do it. And if it goes further, bonus, but I'd rather get at minimum levels. But we keep in mind this is the quarterly level, right? And this gives in, then we're going to get all these stops, you know, going to get taken. But the next major stops are going to be resting here. Last week I spoke about this weekly candle. If you look back at the review last week, I said look, it's closed within that range, so most likely it's going to be targeting this. And we've got a massive candle down here, and it makes sense for it to now take out this low here. It doesn't have to, because my but from what we observed on the quarterly charts, it makes sense for it to go down now, the other end of the range. So this is the whole range. It makes sense to take out. We took out this, the top of the range. So if you delete this, so imagine this, right? We've got this as the top of the range here. Let's mark in red. Okay, and where's the bottom of the end of the range? It's going to be here. Okay, but I'm happy to just take one swing low at a time. So this is going to be the next, and then once this gets taken, then we'll deal with this later on. But for now, it's going to be this target. Is everyone clear with that? So 95, 90, and then 95.50 is going to be the targets going forward. Okay. That's that dealt with. Now let's go on to the good stuff. So I'm gonna change my chart. Don't know why I'm trying to get there. Okay, so you guys can see the dollar yen chart now, yeah? Let's clean this up. White template. Okay, so now let's look at dollar yen. Where's it gonna go now? So we've had a big sell-off. I explained it all last week. And last week on Twitter, I explained it, you know, step by step of how I was shorting it. I did get out early, and I missed the rest of this move, but it doesn't matter. There's always the next trade. So where is it gonna go now? I'm watching this sell-off, right, and I'm looking back at the chart of previous sell-offs and thinking, okay, where did they reload from? So what I'm trying to establish is the accumulation level for them to shoot it up, and then once they've broken that, sell off from there. So let's study this for a bit. We've got this level here, right? We've got this, and this was where they accumulated for the next big move up, this leg up here. We've got this as well, but the main accumulation was here for me, and we shot down. Okay, so I'm looking back at this chart, I'm thinking this is the area for that. Shot it up and then come back down. So we've got key resistance here, right? What was I doing? Oh. Yeah, sorry. I'm looking, where did the sell off previously? If we mark out this, right, it looks interesting. This here is this sell off there, and once we broke this, it was all over, wasn't it? It was the longs. Now look what's happened. We've gone below that now. So, and we've just tagged that. So I'm thinking this is going to cap the bounce. If it goes above that, then I'm not interested. But as long as it's keep within mid-range of this, so let's eyeball it, the mid-range. Just say it's around here, 111.90s. I don't want it to go above that, but I want it to be stable. Ideally, look what we've done. We've just touched it. And a sign of a weak market is, you know, it doesn't want to hang about too much. It wants to. It's in a rush to get those longs out. So if I was trading off a daily chart, right, this is a swing low up, my stops are going to be under the swing low, isn't it? You know, off a daily chart. So there's going to be stops resting here. Now what do we have below here for another, what reasons for it to go below here? Let's look at this inefficient move up. A thin movement that is. They're going to want to fill this in. Whether it's a 5 minute, weekly, daily, it's all the same thing. They're going to want to fill that in. So I'm just going to mark out from the low to this. I mean, I should do it from here really, but this it's going to want to fill this in. So I'm just looking at, you know, short-term targets. We can worry about everything else later on, but this is going to give big pips regardless. So I'm thinking this is going to be the next move down here, right? So this lines up with this. See that? That's a strong resistance level, that is. So now it's going to be support. So from there to there, it's about 350 odd pips. Even if you catch 100 pips from that, that's more than enough. But we want to establish where is going to be the next turning point. Now look at this. So I mean, I can refine this a bit more and say, well, support, resistance, resistance, support, 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 resistance, back below that. So I'm seeing this, any movement above that was now market time selling opportunities for the next move down. So you can see that bringing in support and resistance on dailies and weeklies is crucial. You do that. Don't just look at 5 minutes and 15 minutes. They just fuck with your head. But if you look at what's going on in the bigger picture, then the 5 and 15 minutes charts make sense, and you can tell which the rallies on the 5-15 minute charts they're basically stop rates, opportunities for you to sell into. So yeah. And yeah, equities, as you marked out, they're kind of selling off as well. So yeah, dollar yen, that's my next view. So going forward, I think we could have, this could be the top. So there's two ways to play this. Well, at the moment, you know, obviously I like to price to unfold. I'm just looking at this, right? We've got this support here, support. One way to play it, a conservative way, I think, is a break of this level here, retest into it, and maybe it's a bit bigger, retest into it, and then sell off. Target one's going to be there, obviously. Then we've got this gap fill there, you know, we got this low here. I think there's going to be the next stops here. So then we've got the gap fill, then we've got this. So these are going to be my levels for going forward. So let me just mark this out. So it's going to be this level first, then this low, and then this. So we've got the 109.60, 108.90. Just going to round them up, you know, just easier. 108.90, and then 108.15. You know, it's always good to get out a couple of pips ahead. 108.15. So, and then obviously this one as well, short term. But bigger picture in mind, we think it's going lower, and this is in confluence with what, the dollar going lower, as we just marked out. So yeah, makes sense. Okay, so that's the kind of opportunity I'm looking for. I'm thinking I might take a, you know, quick low risk short opportunity, because if we run up right now, yeah, we've taken at this high, short term highs, and we started, like, you know, look at each and notice this in price action, right? And this is what I've observed by staring at the charts all day. If it's a weak market, right, every rally is immediately sold off. You know, it's not every rally and then it holds. Because think about it, if it's holding, you know, this buying pressure, but if they're bringing back down every rally, it just means they're not having none of it. So that tells me every rally is just an opportunity for intraday stop rates and more, you know, accumulation to put on the shorts. That's what I'm thinking of. So run up, taking out those stops, come down, and is it making sense to me? So it's run up again. Now I do not want to see that stop taken. So what do? They run up, they take out this stop, and this stop, but they haven't taken out that. So now because this led to the stop rate, this took out the previous stops, this should hold. They sell it down, breaks that stop rate, but they've held that, they've taken out these short-term stops, so that should be safe. So now that this took out the stops, that now should be safe. They've run up, taken out these stops, but they failed to take that, so that should be safe. So these are the extremes they're loading at, and there's no reason for them to take it higher now, because this is where the elite entries are, the way I picture tell myself in my head. So now that it's come up, obviously when the week opens, you get new stop rates happens. But if this can be a weak market, I reckon they shouldn't take this. I don't want to see them take this. So go down to the 5-minute. Yeah. So I'm gonna see how the market opens first. But if I'm gonna get rid of this for now. No, actually I'll keep that in. Look at this. Right, we've got this range here. Once this low gives in and we start reaching 50% of this, if I get a setup within this, I'll short it within this here. That's one of my aggressive entries I use. And then my stop would just go right above that box, and then as soon as it breaks, that's when I'll reload another one and I'll put a stop right there again. So there's a few ways I enter aggressively. So I'll mark out this range. Yeah, I've got too much going on this right now. So I've got this range here. Right, we've got all this range. This is the break of the range, and then it pops back up. Now this I'm gonna see now as a break that is confirmed for me. It's gonna go down. Obviously it's popped up again, but it's giving me a clue. Any movement back below here, look at this, it's gonna be a week. Now I'll tell you, this exactly same thing happened with the dollar yen, and that's what made me load on bigger positions. I actually was really deep in this dollar yen when I spoke about this. When market, this was the range here, right? Hang on. And I spoke about all the shorting. When price moved below that again, it was game over. That confirmed my break in market structure. That confirmed it, and it just put me in sell mode then. In sell mode. So this is gonna be the same thing here. If we get back below this again, that's gonna really reinforce my shorts, and I'm gonna load the fuck into this one, literally like mad. But anyways, so could still be wrong for now, but so far the technicals are telling me we're going lower. I've marked out where I want to see this a break for breaking. I'm going. So break of this support here, back into the resistance, continue the sell off. You know the targets. If it gets back above this, then it's above this daily that I marked out, or 4 hour, then it's going to be buy mode again. Okay, so as long as we stay below this, I'm looking for shorts only. You know my targets. Does that make sense before we move on? Okay, that's good. I'm not going to go over all the pairs. I'm just going to go over what's making sense to me right now. And as the week unfolds, then certain other pairs make sense. What's the next one? I'll do dollar CAD. Do I have a clean dollar CAD chart somewhere here? Dollar CAD. Okay, this is in the previous one I said as long as we're below this breaker, and we sell off, and literally we just sold off. Now where do we get back on board? This is a key point for me here. This candle is like an inflection point for me. Above it we're long, below it we're short. 50% of this block, right? So the equilibrium, this is the line in the sand for me, this black line. We're still buying here, still trying to force it up. As soon as that gave in, that's it, it's game over. This is game over now. Any pullback is now shorts. Now what gives me confidence on this probably could be one of my main trades for the week, is the commercials are heavily net long Canadian dollar, the futures market. If you look on the futures market, we are massively net long the commercial side of things. So the technicals lining up for dollar down. Dollar CAD should go down now. So where are we targeting? If you look at this now, structurally it looks like a sell model to me unfolding. This is the fake engineering up for the push down. Okay, we've talked about how it's come off the daily block down here in the previous videos. So I'm just going to be looking for, you've got my levels here, so these are going to be my targets: 34.10, 33.40, 32.25, and whatever happens below that, then it happens. But for now, this is where I'm going to be targeting. I am not in a buy mode unless we get back above this and start pushing up. Then I'm probably cut the shorts, but I'm not going to really be looking for longs until it's really clear we get back above this. breaker here, but for now short mode. So how do we get on board? So obviously when I let price unfold during Asia, there's going to be many opportunities to get on board because it's a significant amount of targets. So right now I don't want it to go above this candle here, so I wanted to possibly push back in. If it retests this, nice. If it breaks down 5 minute, I'll like that. You can see the sell model starting to unfold now. Okay, is everyone clear with that? So I talked about a weekly candle. So once the week opens, imagine the week, what should the weekly candle look like? So say we opened here, any movement above the weekly candle is going to be a sell for me, but be careful because we do have Bank of Canada rate decisions. But I'm still going to trade it. I mean, if the technicals line up, you know, and then expansion to the downside, and I reckon we just fill this in. So this is going to be where ultimately my target is going to be, to fill this box in. Okay, and then possibly, you know, let a retracement to end the week. So I'm expecting the weekly candle to look like this, and then just a little push up towards the end of the week. Okay, so I'm expecting a bearish candle. Everyone clear with that? So I'm going to focus on a few pairs, but the pairs I do take, I'm going to go balls deep in them, rather than, you know, a bit of here, a bit there. No. Those that make clear crystal sense to me. For now, these ones are the ones that are making sense to me. Pound dollar, there's a lot going on here in pound dollar, so let me just get a clean pound dollar chart. Yeah, I spoke about this. I'm just going to leave this a clean chart. I'm going to leave in, and what I would like to see is hang on, before I go to pound dollar, I'm going to go into pound yen. Pound yen is making sense to me as well. So if you look on my Twitter, I posted this chart here, this box here, and I said this is any sell, any movement into this is going to be a sell. Stops go above that box, and that led to a 347 pips sell off. I did not take part in this. Now we'll enter the next one. Go to the 4 hour. This one, support, a bit of support there. Now resistance. Now where am I targeting? I think pound yen is going to be an amazing sell off. So I'll be looking for a move back into here. Start of the week. Hopefully trip these stops into here. A little breakdown. If the dollar yen is lining up at the same time as the pound yen and some other yen pairs, this is going to be a high probability sell for me. So I'll be selling that. First target is going to be this low here, and then if you look on the 4 hour, no, is it daily? Yeah, daily. Got these two bearish candles here. So target this, then obviously same as dollar yen, target this, and then the lows. But I'm happy to like short it there and get out there. That's 360 pips. I don't need more than that. If it gives me setups after that, then that's fine. But I think there's going to be key stops resting here. So even if you just target that from there, that's 300 odd pips, man. You know what I mean? This is good shit. So now, why do I not want to see price go above that? I'll give you my reasons why. We see this here, high, and then a little high, ripped up, took out the stops here. Now they've taken the stops here. There's no reason for them to take it back above there. Now they can obviously, but for me, there's no reason for them to take it back above there. Now, if this was like we were still in the week where this price was unfolding, then I'd be more confident. But when a new week opens, new stops could probably be taken. So a few ways of playing this is, okay, let this price build up. Potentially this is a support level here, support, and if you get a push up into this, so if you get a push up, you know, could sell it here firstly, and then more aggressive. And then if you're still not confident, so I'll wait for this, a break of this, a retest into that, and then down we go. So that's I'll be looking for a sell here, and ideally I'd want to be seeing dollar yen line up and a few of the other yen pairs, Aussie yen, Euro yen, you know, pairs like that line up. And then if they all line up at the same time, then that's extra confirmation, isn't it? So then you gotta pick which one is the best. So pound yen looks solid to me. Dollar yen looks nice to me. I like the dollar yen and pound yen, but I don't want too much yen exposure at the same time. So at the time market opens, I'll have to see which one is the best for me. Are we clear on that? My targets are quite clear. Yes, no. So we're targeting this low here, which comes in at, call it 142.30. So let's just mark that out. 142.30. 142.30. They're just short-term targets, you know. Obviously, I think it's gonna go a lot lower, but I'm just happy to do short-term targets, get out, get my money, and then, you know, reconsider getting back in later on. Okay. Let's go to pound dollar. I'll do a clean chart for pound dollar. Got too much shit on this. Pound dollar. I think this week pound takes control. Last week was euro, but pound takes control this week. It was not nice close up. So what we have here is, let's mark out this price action now. Control Y. Let's see what happened during the week. So I do not want to see this low get taken. Okay, it's funny how they just use some news announcement, Drag speaking, as an excuse to fill the void in. You know, I think this void would have been filled in regardless of what he said. I'm just, because I just trade price, I just don't want to know what the fundamentals are saying. So ideally this moved down, took out, you know, the remaining stops and then pushed up. Now what I would like to see is price come down. We've got this this accumulation area here before the pop up, so I want to retest it. Fuck's sakes. Why do you guys unmute yourselves for? Don't get it. Next person unmutes themselves, they're getting kicked out. So I wanted to come back into here. This is the point of release, as Chris Lowry calls it. Here. So I'm not sure if it's a really strong market, it may not even do that. It may just do what Euro did, where it just took off straight from the open. But ideally, I'd like it to come here, which would help the pound yen go down as well. Make a low of the week here, and then my targets will be, what are my targets? I've marked out. I marked the targets, haven't I? So many charts, fuck's sakes. So my targets will be 130.90, 130.160. So we've got 130.90 and then 130.160. What is the range? So we're going to look at what's the average range of a weekly candle. I'm not looking at it at the moment, but I'm just going to base it on some plus 100, 385. I'm expecting a big breakout. Okay, so fuck it, I can't be bothered with that. But these are my targets anyway: 130.90, 130.160. Now what I like about that is that 130.160 comes into that block there, takes out these stops here, and comes into that. Whatever happens after that, it doesn't matter. But for now, I'm just targeting that. There's always opportunities to get on board. There's not just one opportunity. Oh, you missed it and that's it. You're fucked. Nah, man. There's always another opportunity. It's like buses. You gotta get out. A lot of people. I used to suffer from it. Or if I missed the big move, oh shit, man. I used to end up chasing it, and then realize if I just waited, you know, there was always another opportunity to get on board, and that other opportunity that's later on gives you a better risk to reward because it gives you a tighter stop. So always be patient. Sometimes it's better to miss the low because, you know, it gives you the confirmation that price is going to going your way. So ideally what I would like is I'd like a pop into this to start the week off. That push pound yen up during Asia. I think we got the yen selling, the yen pair selling starts in Asia, so I like a push up, get people buying, take out these stops early Asia, and then a big fast move down, really fast move down in Monday. You know, then get people saying yes, it's gonna sell off. But have you noticed on the Euro Aussie pair where there was a fast move down during London, and I said if this is the low of the week, then we should get a massive. If we're gonna get a big massive weekly candle, this should be the low of the week now, and it was the low of the week, and then boom, look at Euro Aussie ended up, not to blow my own trumpet, but fuck me, that was a good call. Look at that, we caught the low of the week. Let's look at the analysis here. See that? This is where we entered. We see here 348 pips. All the Euro New Zealand hit my target as well. 62.20, that was my target if you look in the previous video. So I'm looking for something similar in the pound dollar. Now what I want to see is the Euro GBP. What is the Euro GBP saying? Because if the Euro GBP is going higher, then do I really want to be in cable, or do I still want to be in Euro? If Euro GBP is going to be higher, then obviously I want to be in Euro. So there's two scenarios I'm looking for in Euro GBP. So let me go back to my Euro GBP chart. So you know what I'm looking for, cable. Come down to here, give me some bullish price action to support the idea, and then boom, I'm long, and I'm probably going to hold it. Well, I'm going to get out intraday, but I'm going to hold some for a swing because market seems to be picking up volatility. Now Euro GBP, this is the level I wanted at. So this is the bearish block. Now there's two scenarios. If this is going to continue going up, then I don't want to be in cable longs. I would rather be in a Euro long. It doesn't mean cable can't go up either. It just means probably Euro is going to go up more. So I'm going to see what happens here. Ideal scenario is if this consolidates here. If this consolidates, then Euro and cable can both go up together. You know, equal amounts really. But this is what's going to be key for me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking for. So I mean, I've got other trades that are clear anyway to me. So you know, it doesn't mean all my trading this week is going to be hinged on cable. It doesn't matter. You know, just let it be. So that's that done. Pound yen done. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I mean, pound New Zealand. So I'm looking at pound New Zealand now. This is little shit I do to mark out what's the strength of the market is. I think I'm using pound New Zealand as a strength indicator of the you know, of the pairs. Pound New Zealand looks to me it's going up, and it wants to probably take out this high here, which is 190.48, call it 190.50. So I've got 190.50 marked out somewhere here. You son of a bitch, where are you? Yeah, 190.45, 190.45 I marked it, and 191.15. I think that's gonna be my target. I think the low is in one. I don't want, if I see a break of 186.10, it's game over. Well, it's not game over, but I don't want to see this. But yeah, that's 240 pips, 230 pips. It's been ranging. Look how long this has been ranging for. Quiet markets, consolidations lead to big breakouts. Okay, so this is where you want to be getting in if you're going to be trading this. But I'm just using this as an indicator for pound strength. Yeah, so I think we're gonna get a breakout, and this week I'm expecting a big move up in cable, so it makes sense that this is probably gonna move up as well. And what else supports that is the pound Aussie. Let's look at the pound Aussie. If you look at the pound Aussie, it's finding ignore all these lines I've got here, but it's finding some support here, which is this high here. So as long as this is the low established, we're going to be targeting this high there. So 177.40 say, and then 178. I reckon we take a 178, this double top here. See this clean double top here? I reckon we take that out. Okay, so that's another trade that supports pound strength. So that's that. Euro dollar. Look at Kiwi and Aussie. Just don't like them at the moment. Euro dollar. Shit, I don't want to show you that chart. Let's open a new Euro chart. So Euro dollar, yeah, I think like I said in the dollar index, what's going to happen, we're going to take out this high here, and I've got a level marked out here using my special magical indicator that gives me all these levels. I'm joking. 1.1340. I think we're going to get that by the end of the week, late minimum. Let me just mark this out. This is what we're going to get. Resistance, support, you know, key level here, 131.40 makes sense because it's going to take out this high there, this high there. So that's the minimum target is going to be this. So what I would like to see, I don't want to see this low get taken. So if you look at this daily, if you look on the daily basis, right, where the stop's been taken. So daily candle, this candle here took out this low here and close back in, then we had expansion up. So this is the order block formed. Now I'll be looking to get on board long here. If it comes down into here, I look for the bullish PA. Let's mark out intraday price action. So we see this cap the week is well, this part of the portion of the week, this was the low and then pushed up. So retest back into this, I'd like to see, and then off to the races. Now what's so significant about this, It's not just a daily high. Let's look at, do we get some breakers or mitigation blocks within this? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't want to see it go below here, but we'll see if we get some bullish price action off here. Start the week, make low of the week, and then carry on up to our 130, 140 target, which is 170 pips. So even if you catch about 100 pips out of that, that's nice. So yep, that's looking up to me. I'm not gonna go over Aussie because I don't want to fucking go over that. And New Zealand, I just want to go over what's clear. Euro Aussie is still pointing up to me. Euro New Zealand is still pointing up to me. So there's no reason to. If I'm looking for dollar weakness, I'm only going to be focusing on the cable and euro. So I'm not going to be focused on those. I mean, things can change, but for now, this is what's clear to me. That's about it, really. I'm not interested in anything else. I made my point clear on those I'm going to take. So I'm just going to stop the recording here, and then we can take questions.